There's been a lot of false reporting going around when it comes to Tesla layoffs. Now, it's been difficult to ascertain truth from fiction simply because the media are trying to make this as clickbaity as possible. So I've done some research, and here is what's happening, and here is why. The reason why Tesla has shut down its Autopilot office in San Mateo. Hello, my friends, and welcome to the channel. I'm the Electric Viking. Great to see you. Thank you for supporting the channel. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. If you want to know a bit about me, I'll put a link in the description below to the video I made. Actually, I'll put a link in the description below as well to my boys BMX channel. You can see my boys on that channel a bit if you want to check that out. Now, Tesla's mass layoffs have reached the Autopilot team in San Mateo, where they've essentially closed that office. There is a reason for that though, and no one is really reporting on that reason, which I find kind of strange. Anyhow, Autopilot workers have started posting this news on LinkedIn. Now, a lot of people are saying, including Inside EVs, Electric, and all the main websites are saying that Tesla is laying off 10% of its workforce. That's not actually what Elon Musk said, but we'll get to what he actually said in just a minute. People familiar with what's going on told Bloomberg that Tesla laid off 200 Autopilot workers from its San Mateo office, and that office had around 350 employees before the recent layoffs. Tesla's transferred some of the San Mateo staff to a nearby facility in previous weeks, and they're going to close down that office. The Autopilot team in this location worked on customer vehicle data, specifically data labeling for Tesla's autonomous driver assistance features, the ones that are in Autopilot primarily. According to a source, most of the employees Tesla laid off were hourly workers from the Autopilot team. Most of the staff were data annotation specialists who held hourly positions. Now, Tesla already says that one data specialist, Cesar Rojas, shared that he received the news of Tesla's layoffs recently. He said that almost everyone working at Tesla's San Mateo branch was laid off, adding that he didn't get to say goodbye to his co-workers. Data innovation specialists weren't the only ones laid off. Yisim Iramis, who worked as a cybersecurity analyst in San Mateo, was also laid off. Clearly, they've just shut down that office and laid off everyone who was working at that office. Based on Iramis' announcement, her work seemed to focus more on Tesla's sustainable energy goals. She said, "Today is my last day at Tesla due to a huge layoff. The sad news announced to the Autopilot team today. It was an honor for me to work in the Autopilot team at Tesla with the mission of accelerating the world's transition to sustainable energy. Now I'm looking for a new role in the cybersecurity area and would appreciate your support. Thank you in advance for any connections, advice, or opportunities you can offer. Very excited about my future in the #cyber world. Please feel free to share my post on your LinkedIn pages to spread the word." Now, that is, in my view, one of the best social media posts ever made by someone who's been laid off by their employer. No sour grapes, no bitterness, everything positive. The future's positive, the outlook's positive. That's the kind of person you want to hire. Now, hopefully Tesla hires her back, because she sounds like the person I would want working with me. I would love to work with someone like that. Really great attitude. I love that. Just can't say enough. Can't speak highly about that attitude. Now, earlier this month, this is what Musk really said. He tweeted that Tesla planned to cut 10% of salaried staff, but increase its hourly workers enormously. They're planning on increasing hourly workers by tens of thousands. Seriously. Tesla is reducing the salaried workforce roughly 10% over the next probably 3 months or so. We expected to grow our hourly workforce, and should be quite clear that we expect to grow our hourly workforce. He says it twice in a row because he knows he's going to be misquoted, but the misquotes happen anyway because, clickbait's Tesla sells, right? But we grew very fast on the salaried side. And we grew a little too fast in some areas, and so it requires a reduction in the salaried workforce. We're about 2/3 hourly and 1/3 salary. So I guess technically a 10% reduction in the salaried workforce is only roughly a 3% to 3.5% reduction in total headcount. So they're not laying off 10%, they're reducing salaried workforce by 10%. In other words, reducing workforce in America by 3.3 to 3.5%. However, these cuts, they're really pretty much, by and large, only for California's factory. Wages are pretty high there, and that factory, in my view, makes a loss. I think Tesla wants to kind of focus on where they can make profits. Germany, China, and Texas. That's just my guess though. However, what is the reason for shutting down this Autopilot facility? Well, I believe the reason is because they're ramping up the use of Tesla's new Dojo system. Apparently the intention here was to automate labeling quickly with the Dojo supercomputer. Now I believe from what I'm hearing is that Tesla has decided to handle labeling in a different way to what they were doing before. Possible that Tesla has reached the point, right, where they feel they have enough manually labeled data, or maybe another option is they want to shift this job to being overseas, right? If you can pay people to label this data in, say, China or some other country where the workforce, the labor is much cheaper, you can potentially do the same thing, because this is not a job where people necessarily need to be in the location where the driving's happening. Could be anywhere. So it's possible that Tesla is saying, well, we can just simply cut millions of dollars. I mean, maybe tens of millions of dollars by reassessing these jobs, reassigning these jobs elsewhere outside of California, or potentially simply by getting rid of them altogether and using the Dojo supercomputer. It's one of those two things, I believe. Now, if you know more information, though, let us all know in the comment section below. And as always, have a fantastic day, and thank you for supporting the channel. Bye-bye.